My name is Anthony Segretti, and right now I'm finishing up my bachelor's degree in nursing from Binghamton University. And I am doing a 12-month program because I've already have a bachelor's degree in psychology. So this pandemic has really changed the way my final semester of nursing school was supposed to play out. It was relatively normal up until about March. I was in my senior preceptorship, which means I was in a hospital setting, one-to-one with a nurse, and basically doing everything that that nurse was doing. And it was a really great glimpse into what my career will be like as a nurse. Different from previous clinicals where it was an instructor with a group of 10 students. This was a much better example of like what I would be doing on the job because I was able to shadow a nurse and do everything they were doing for a full 12-hour shift. Up until like the beginning, middle of March, once the pandemic started to get a little worse and a little more concentrated in New York, they pulled all of the nursing students out from the hospitals. So we weren't allowed to complete our preceptorship from inside the hospital anymore. And all of our courses transitioned to the online format. In order to meet the requirements to graduate, we have to complete a certain amount of clinical hours for each semester. Because the pandemic stopped us from being able to complete those in the hospital setting, our school changed it so that we could do online clinicals, which basically means that we have an instructor that meets with a small group of us and we go over case studies and we answer questions that are going to help prepare us to take our board exam. And we've also been doing some online simulations, and those hours that we spend doing the online work will substitute and satisfy the requirements for us to meet our clinical hours and graduate.
Okay, so I'm going to talk about a few of the ethical issues revolving physician-assisted suicide. So you can really take two
In terms of
perspectives
wrapping
and
up the
say
school year, there's
physician
only a few
suicide
things
or
that are
just people
actually
dying.
different because of the coronavirus. At this point, we would have been finished with all of our clinical hours and all of our presentations. So now we're just kind of finishing up and studying for our exams, which will be moved online. Once the pandemic started getting pretty serious, Governor Cuomo sent out a form to all medical students and nursing students asking if they wanted to volunteer their services to help out if the need arises. So I got that email from Governor Cuomo's office and I filled out the form saying that I would be interested. While I was waiting to hear back from Governor Cuomo's office, a recruiter from a hospital system on Long Island reached out to me and asked me if I wanted a temporary position in order to help out their hospital system. This will be an opportunity for me to get some more hands on practice since I'm not allowed to be in the hospital as a nursing student. If there's one thing that I can say to a lot of people, it would be to really trust and respect what the government is saying in terms of their recommendations. You know, of course, you want to be washing your hands, and of course, you want to maintain social distancing because we really do need to prevent the spread of the virus. And I know it's uncomfortable and it's upsetting to have to stay indoors or stay home and away from your friends, but social distancing and isolation is really what's going to prevent this pandemic from getting a lot worse.